In real time, this is no joke. There was a baby snake outside my door, and I had icon. Okay, so what? I'm gonna just tell the whole story over. So I am getting out the truck with icon. I just came from grocery shopping, so I already knew I was gonna have to make multiple trips. So I had like the bags, and I had like one bag, and I had icon in one hand. So I'm walking up to the house, and I see this little slithery thing on the porch. I said, "That's not a snake." I said, "Of course it's a snake. It's me. It's a snake." And when I say it's me, it's not like I attract snakes, but I think that, and I know that God is with me, and in a really big way, to the point where I do believe that tests do come my way to strengthen my faith in the Lord, or at least that's how He has allowed my perspective to be. So that instead of living in fear, the same way that we see the line about patience, and it says when you pray for more patience, God doesn't give you more patience. He gives you opportunities to utilize that patience, right? So the same thing with increasing faith. What you finna believe? And so I'm gonna be very animated because God just did big things, okay? With little things. And so I see a snake. It's a baby snake. Regardless, it's a snake. And it's like this long, I think. And I'm like, of course it's a snake. And as I'm walking to the door, I have icon in my hand, and I'm like, listen, me and my son have to get through this door. Like, things that Courtney by herself did before she had a child, that just doesn't cut it no more. Even if I have fear, if I'm scared, rightfully so, I don't know about the snake, right? I'm a whole mom now. It's bigger than me, right? And so I am like talking to myself, I'm talking to God and the snake at the same time. I said, I'm going through this door, and I know that the Lord is going to protect me and my son. I know that He cares for me and my son, and I know that He has given me dominion over this snake. And the reality is, God said in the Bible that He made creatures under us, that they fear us, right? So I have the logic of knowing what the Bible is saying. And so I'm like, I got it. I have to go past. It's literally like, it can, if it was a vicious Joan, if it wanted to do it, it could have reached up and like slithered its way in the house. Like, that's how close it was to the door. So what did I do? I unlocked I'm telling y'all the whole thing. I unlocked the door, and I hopped in the house. It wasn't cute. It wasn't fun, but I hopped in the house and closed the door. And I breathed, and I put icon down, and I'm like, wow, God, that was only you. Because again, if this was me by myself, it would not have been. And even if this was a year ago with icon, this would have not been, right? And so I like, the first thought that came in my mind again was like, wow, like my anxiety didn't even flare up when that happened. Like, I could feel like, okay, I got an option. Either I'm gonna be paralyzed by this, or I'm gonna be paralyzed by this, or I'm gonna keep it moving and know, like, again, it's the test thing. It's the test of faith thing. Like, yeah, like God protected me, even for something like that. To somebody else that could be small, but for me, I'm a single mom, and it shows like the Lord protects me, like as a woman, like on all these things, of all the fears of creatures and bugs and things. Like, He still has, he protects me, and that increases my faith. And it's even an add-on, right? Because what happened after that, I realized I had to go back out to the car to get the rest of my stuff. And that's when the fear started to creep in. And it was like, oh, wait, you was too confident. What if the snake was poisonous? Rightfully so. What if it would have latched? Like, I'm just starting, my brain just goes crazy. Like, all the confidence I just had, just with me, the Lord, and walking in the door, it all started to fly out the window. And then Icon's getting frustrated, you know what I mean? So, because he want the crackers that's in the car. And so I'm like, God, I need you, right? Because fear is kicking in. So, like, I put on my rain boots, and like I'm peeking outside. I got the ant spray. What's that gonna do? But lemongrass, something with lemongrass. People don't like the creatures don't like that. And I started to say I went and got my groceries. I hopped. I looked crazy for a little bit. It took me a while to go outside, but I did, and I did it, and I came. And guess what? When I went outside, before I even went outside, the snake was gone. I looked out the window, y'all. The snake was gone. The snake was there when I pulled up. The snake was there when I crossed this path. It didn't even move when I walked past it. So how is it 5 minutes later, when I'm asking God for protection and provision and all the things, I look at the window and it is gone? You can't, for me, these are things that increase my faith in the Lord, right? And my last thing, because this is 6 minutes, is that I know that these things are like real because 2 days ago, God is just amazing. I was doing my usual walk with Icon in the stroller, and I wasn't even in the woods. I was just doing the usual trail path by water, and that I've been taking this path for years, right? Why was Bambi's out there this time? And I had to, in order to get to my house with my son, again, it's the mama bear thing, I had to cross the path of 2 Bambis. One was eating the grass, but one was literally in my path, where it's like, if he's crazy, we done, right? And that's where the overthinking brain can go. So again, same thing, reminder, hey, God made the creatures fear us, right? So I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, excuse me, Bambi, I have to go. I'm about to come over there to leave, to go. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm nice. I'm not mean. Excuse me. And I made sure that it moved out the path before I had my son, right? But I realized it was like God was like, are you gonna trust me or are you not? And I was like, Bambi, I'm really about to come over there. And as I'm walking, it literally just went the other way. How do you live truly with things that you naturally fear or are hesitant of, or are big things to you? No matter what, somebody else's big is not your big. It does not disqualify it, right? It is what your heart posture and what you do with that. And so this is 8 minutes long, so obviously this whole joint is going to be on YouTube. But I share this just to laugh at how life would be working with doing life with the Lord. I share this to say this is what it really means to do life with the Lord, and it's outside of just saying it, but in action. And even if, right, I even after I did all of that and I put Icon to sleep and I prayed for us, I prayed for God to remove the fear from me of even that situation. I want to remember how good God was, not the what ifs, because the what ifs don't matter because I'm safe and sound in my house, right? So, and even if I freaked out, let me tell you, even if me freaking out led to me not walking in my house and having to call for help or something like that, it still shows that the Lord is with me. It doesn't disqualify him at all, but it just shows okay, God's going to be here while he keeps increasing the faith and showing me different ways and tools and stuff like that. So I share, I don't have an end point to this, just to share how what a episode in the life of doing life with the Lord, I guess. Honest living. This is honest living. Okay.